Well, good Saturday morning and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. Hope your weekend is off to a phenomenal start. It's a little quieter here this Saturday than it was last. I also hope you guys had a great record store day last week and that you got everything you were looking for except for Taylor Swift. We're not going to talk about Taylor Swift at all. No more. No more. Taylor Swift talk, that 7-inch, we're done. We're banned. We're done. I'm done. No, I'm kidding. If you get a chance, check out the record show from last Wednesday. We talk a little bit about the issue and what we did as far as the raffling off, and whether or not I'm having second thoughts about that, probably. But if I had to do it again, I don't think we would raffle, but that's just it. So we'll see what happens. So, all right, I'm done. We're done with that. And happy Saturday to you. Thank you for being here, as well as Abby saying good morning, and good morning to you as well. All right. Well, a little bit to talk about today. We got a lot of new releases. We got some Record Store Day stuff that we've got back in, some restocks of Record Store Day. So including a couple things that we didn't get on Record Store Day itself. It always baffles me. You know, we put in for these. Of course, they ration them and they say you're only going to get X amount of copies of this, or you get no copies of this. But then usually it's about a week or so before, or the week of, we get a list of residual titles, stuff that's left over from our distributors that they didn't ship out. And so I order some of the bigger names, or ones that I think that we would get. And ultimately, once in a while, or there's always a couple of titles that we didn't get on Record Store Day proper that show up in the residual list. So who knows? That's how it works. So we grabbed a couple of those. I'll cover them here in just a couple of moments for those of you that are looking. No Stress Brewing. Kevin saying happy Saturday, and happy Saturday to you as well. Check out Kevin's channel, by the way, on YouTube if you get a chance, as well as Rick from the west side of Michigan. Rick, I got your message. I got to go back through. Thank you for reminding me. We will take care of your stuff there, but greetings and welcome here today as well. Speaking of YouTube, we are creeping close to 800 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I'd love to see that pop 1,000, just because that's the break point where YouTube decides that you're going to monetize, not monetize. And I don't do the YouTube stuff, by the way, just to be monetized. It just would be nice to get a little extra boost for spending all the time that we're doing here to create the programming between the lives, the record drops on Friday, the Wednesday night show, and now the Psych Rock spot that we're doing. Those are all fun for me to do. It just would be kind of neat to hit that threshold of 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if you get a chance and you're just happening across this, or if you watch our stuff regularly, but you're not subscribed, it's over here. Click that subscribe button. Make sure you share our videos if you get a chance, if you feel up to it. Like and comment. And if you comment on the live stuff like we're doing right now, those comments on YouTube go away, by the way, at the end of the live broadcast. So if you really got something to say, you can comment after the fact. But please do hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. It all does help, and we're creeping up the ladder slowly but surely on the YouTube side of things, and your subscriptions would be greatly appreciated. Betty's saying good morning from Toledo. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, so let's talk new releases first. I've got those in the stack first, then we'll cover the Record Store Day stuff. We'll talk a little bit about June and the drop and how we're going to do that and what we're going to do. But starting off today, new stuff from Ann Wilson of Heart fame. This is called Fierce Bliss, and there's new stuff on this album. There's a couple of covers on this album. I haven't listened to this album. If I get a chance to, we'll do some listening so I can be a little bit better informed. But cover of Robin Trower's Bridge of Sighs, which we've got a Robin Trower release in here as well, and Missionary Man, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a Eurythmics cover done by Ann Wilson. Not certain completely, though. It could be a different song. Reissue front, Norah Jones. We have got Come Away With Me. If I recall that this is an anniversary issue of this album from Norah Jones, with some great stuff nonetheless. Got one copy of this left after the Friday rushes. Toro et Moi. I had to look that up to how to say this correct. Toro et Moi. Mahal presents. I don't know a heck of a lot about this album. I think it's somewhat jazz, somewhat experimental, somewhat indie, lo-fi. I guess I'm going to have to do some more research on it, but some folks are talking some good things about it, so we got a copy here at the store. If you are familiar, please let me know in the comments and correct me by the way. But this is on limited edition silver vinyl. We only have the one of those in stock. Hey, we talked about Robin Trower. This is a new one, new-ish one. Let me go new-ish from Robin Trower, called Coming Closer to the Day. Originally thought this was an album of new releases, but it's copyrighted of 2019. So it could very well be that this is the final vinyl time that it's getting around to, or getting onto vinyl. So not too familiar as well, but Robin Trower, obviously a great guitarist. So we will give a listen. Who else is on here? Anybody I know? Not offhand, but check it out. This one's on gold vinyl. Don't let me forget. I know, don't let me forget. But speaking of the vinyl pressing delays and weirdness, I've got a little news that came across after Wednesday and before, after we did the Wednesday show. Kind of interesting, but hang on, we'll talk about that. Reissue of the Kinks, Face to Face, limited edition colored vinyl. Sunny Afternoon, great tune from the Kinks. Early stuff from them. This is when they started breaking out to be a little more psychedelic and a little less 60s poppy, but right on that cusp of them. Speaking of psychedelic, Pink Floyd, Saucer Full of Secrets, the sophomore release from Floyd back in 68, 69. Where am I around in here? The first with Gilmore on here as well, proper, and the remnants. And I say remnants of Syd Barrett because, while not technically on the album, you could still catch the influence on here. This is a mono reissue, so it's kind of like the Piper at the Gates of Dawn reissue they did about a month or so ago. One of these were open for quality control purposes. Sucker sounds so nice. This is a beautiful sounding record. We went through a bunch of them yesterday, and I think I only have 2 of these left on the mono Saucer Full of Secrets. If you're, little side note to all of this, in my personal Floyd collection, this is the only Floyd album I do not have an original copy of. Been looking for a few years to find just that right one. So if you've got one you want to give to me, hey, come on. Kidding. Helix, the greatest hits, the best of 1983 through 2012 on red vinyl. Got one of those in for you harder rock folks. Speaking of longevity, which I wasn't, but Willie Nelson, this is an album called A Beautiful Time. Yes, this is new stuff from Willie Nelson. This is, from what I'd read, his 72nd. That's a number 7 and a number 2 smashed together to make 72. 72nd solo album from Willie Nelson. So he just kind of keeps going along. A little levitation on the backside there, but some cool stuff from Willie. We've got, I think, one of those left in there. New stuff also from Miranda Lambert. We're kind of a little countrified on the new releases yesterday. Miranda Lambert, Palomino is the name of this, double LP. So we've got a copy of that. And based solely on the recommendations of a couple of commenters on the Facebook page, we got a couple copies of the infamous String Dusters, Toward the Fray. Bluegrass-ish, and I'm trying to figure out if this is in the vein of like a more modern bluegrass or indie bluegrass, like Billy Strings type of thing. But that's what this is. This is a song about, if you can see in there, very cool cover, but it's really kind of about 2020 and the lockdowns and the mess. And so that's what this is. Looking forward to this. I'll give this a bigger listen, and we'll have to see if one gets open for quality control purposes or not, because I'm on that little bit of a bluegrass kick of late. Reissues also from the Suicidal Tendencies, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Smile Today. So cool reissue from these guys. I remember this in the college radio days, but I don't remember too much on there. There's a few other Suicidal Tendencies. Oops, forgot this in the countryside. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils, the Greatest Hits, Jackie Blue, Greatest Hits 96. So we'll have to see when that was recorded. Hang on a minute. You guys notice anything funny here? That's all right. Okay. On the recently issued front, we have a group called Wetlag, and this is their debut album. Lots of great buzz on this. This is a transparent yellow vinyl copy. I've yet to give this a deeper listen, but a lot of folks are talking about this and how it is just some great music. So we'll see how that is. I got a couple copies of Wetlag. From about a week or two ago, we have got the Pretenders and Pretenders 2, the 2 reissues, back in stock as well. And I should have put this in the countryside, but we scored a copy of the Garth Brooks box set Legacy, 7 LPs, and 7 CDs, all 180-gram vinyl. So this is a really big must for you Garth Brooks fans if you don't have one. I know they were everywhere for a while, but we did get one back in stock. Side note to this, one of these is a triple live. One of the albums in here is a triple live. And what it's sealed, it's like one of, I'm trying to remember here, one of 6 or 7 different variations of the live album, different performances contained within. So you don't know which one you're getting until you open it up. Okay, onward to record store day stuff after the comment. Willie's records would fill. Yep. If you have nothing but you're a Willie Nelson completist in the collection side of things, you're going to be using up a lot of shelf space for Willie's stuff on there. Okay, so last Saturday was record store day. We did very well. Thank you to everyone again that stopped out. We did manage to this week get a few more copies of some of the more popular releases from that day that we ran out of quickly. No Taylor Swift, darn you. And we got a few things that we didn't get. So starting right off on that, we did get a Madonna in on the leftover side. Who's That Girl? The Stripper Club mix. Hold on, my glasses are bad. I'm sorry, that's the Supper Club mix from Madonna. So we do have that record store day copy there. Sam Smith, Nirvana, the EP, and I think this is on colored vinyl as well. So it's a 4-song EP. Got a couple copies of that Sam Smith that we did not get on record store day proper. Peter Tosh, the complete captured live, pressed on marbled vinyl. We didn't have that one on Saturday, but we do have one now, just one. Pete Townsend, Face to Face, the deep end. And our friend Chuck pointed out, he was looking at this and said that, well, that is a much older picture of Pete, a much younger picture of Pete. He mentioned that brand of guitar is something Pete didn't start using until recently. So heaven forbid this is a photoshopped cover. I think it probably is. So deep end RSD, we've got one of those back in. A couple more of the Shocking Blue 10-inch At Home, the singles from those early rockers. This is a music on vinyl, 3,000 copies, limited and numbered. That's number 917. Okay, on to a few of the things. Lots of folks were looking for the Allison Chains release on record store day. We went through, I think we had maybe 6 or 7 copies, went through them very quickly. I've got about 4 or 5 more of these in stock right now. And again, if you want, we'll do holds on the record store day stuff now. Just got to give me a buzz. But we do have a few of these left in stock from the restock. So those are there, as well as the Portals from Kirk Hammett. I think about maybe 2 of these left in as well. 3 more copies of the Alice Cooper on a Brutal Planet on a beautiful, just gorgeous piece of brown vinyl. I'm kidding in there, but a few copies of the Coop in there as well. This one, I got my own copy finally. You know, we didn't get to save one on record store day because we had so many folks looking and so few of them to go around. But this is the Jazz Sabbath Volume 2. Exactly what it sounds like. These are jazz covers of Black Sabbath songs, and it's pretty darn cool. And I've got one finally for myself. We had a couple more for the store. A couple more copies of Judas Priest, Hero Hero. Great looking album cover. It's got the embossing on the front as well as LA Guns. We've got a couple copies of that. Plus, there's a bunch more that I didn't get to, so we will have them on the shelves with the record store day stuff as well. Just stop on by and check them out or give a call, and we'll tell you what we've got. Okay, so now we're looking forward to the June drop coming up, and we have yet to decide if we're going to handle it like a regular record store day, i.e. 8 a.m. opening lineup and do a preview the night before. I'll take a look at the list and see. They're going to start filling our stuff here in the next probably week or two, and we'll start seeing what we're going to get. And we'll make a determination then just how hefty of a record store day June drop that we're going to do. Again, we'll make that decision here in the next week or two, whether or not we're going to open early, whether or not we're going to do numbers. So give me a couple of moments. I'm still recovering from last Saturday. We'll get the June drop figured out, and we'll see what's going to be making it in time for that. All right, with that, I see that we are up on time. I'm going to get the store open. The lava lamps are already warming up. We'll get the turntable moving and get the lights turned on and get on with our weekend. Can you believe it's the end of April already, by the way? What the heck? That escalated quickly. So stop on out to see us. We are at 716 George Street. Just look for the beautiful sign adorning the front of the building, and you'll find us easy enough here from now until 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, and then tomorrow, Sunday, for our regular Sunday hours from 12 noon until 5 p.m. And with that, I will bid you folks a great weekend. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Get out, enjoy some sunshine. I think we got some rain coming tomorrow, but enjoy yourself today. It's not too chilly, not too warm. One of those cool Michigan spring days. So on that note, you folks have a great one, and we will talk to you next week from the Wasteland. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. Like they say, I'm a little nonviolent, so let's just hit that gently on that subscribe button and share and comment. All the things. You guys know how to do it. All right, we'll talk to you next week. You folks have a great one. Thank you for being here.